Kylian Mbappé has won more in his brief career than most players achieve in their whole careers. He's won 5 French League championships, scored 250 goals, and won the World Cup 4 years ago. In spite of having already established his place among the elite, Mbappé has continued to progress from season to season, and the 2018 World Cup was certainly the time that he finally emerged as the finest player in the world on his own. Nonetheless, the claim to the title is not without controversy. Hello and welcome to Goalside. In today's video we'll talk about how Kylian Mbappé will be unstoppable in the coming years. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notifications. So without wasting any time, let's dive right into the video. The best years of Kylian Mbappe's life are yet ahead of him. The young Frenchman is widely regarded as one of the best football players in the world. He is also a living representation of the power of desire, success and dreaming big. The French professional footballer is only 24, but he already has 1 FIFA World Cup and 5 trophies from the Ligue 1 competition under his belt. Also, and entirely deservedly, he was considered for the famous Ballon d'Or award. Mbappé has a clinical approach to the game, and he's currently playing for Paris Saint-Germain, which is a club that competes in Ligue 1. Many people believe that he's one of the top players in the industry because he possesses lightning-fast speed, amazing dribbling skills, and a lethal finishing touch. In point of fact, many commentators have compared his play to that of legendary players like Pelé and Thierry Henry. Mbappe's teammate at Paris Saint-Germain, Lionel Messi, who's already won 7 Ballon d'Or titles, has delivered some mesmerizing performances for Argentina in Qatar. This is in contrast to Cristiano Ronaldo, who's getting older and can no longer establish a claim. And let's not forget players like Erling Haaland, who was unable to qualify for the tournament with Norway, but who intends to give Mbappé a run for his money when it comes to awards and recognition. Yet, considering that this will be Messi's last World Cup, current Bordeaux coach and former France international Rio Mavuba believes that the mantle of greatness has been passed on to Mbappé at this competition. Ahead of the two players' matchup in the World Cup final on Sunday, he told CNN that in this World Cup it's been the transfer of power from Messi to Mbappé. The final will pit the two players against each other. Messi is still one of the greatest players of all time, and maybe even the best player of all time. But at this moment, Mbappé can eat at the same table as Messi. When he's on his game, he's possibly the best player in the world. When he's not on his game... Didier Deschamps selected Mavuba to be part of France's World Cup roster in 2014, and the player ended up playing 13 times for his national team. He's been able to see from a distance as a young Mbappé has rapidly developed into France's most important player, and he claimed that the attacker's speed and finishing ability make him unstoppable at times. Mbappé was born and raised in Bondy, a neighbourhood of Paris that is located 11 kilometres from the city centre. He spent the entirety of his childhood in the French capital, with the exception of a 2-year stint during which he played for Monaco. The world took notice of the young sensation during his time at Monaco, when he won his first league title. In 2017, he made the switch to Paris Saint-Germain, originally on loan for the first year of his tenure there. It was rumoured that the transaction was worth $214 million, but Mbappé seemed to take it all in his stride regardless of the amount. According to Mavuba, the forward is now just starting to come into his peak, despite the fact that he's already won a lot of championships and scored a lot of goals. Without a doubt, he possesses a great deal of speed, yet I consider his versatility to be his most impressive quality, because he's able to run fast, dribble the ball, and score goals. It's quite challenging to catch up to him, as he explained. The phrase, "he's been gifted." Didier Deschamps, a former captain of Paris Saint-Germain, believes that the quality that sets Mbappé apart from the other players is not his physical attributes, but rather his capacity to perform under such high pressure. Mbappé's physical attributes are indisputable. Domi, who played more than 100 games for Paris Saint-Germain and who now works for the club's academy in Qatar, claims that Mbappé carries the weight of a nation on his shoulders. However, it appears that his value extends beyond just his performances on the field and into the political arena. In the midst of a protracted transfer dispute involving Real Madrid, the French President Emmanuel Macron took matters into his own hands and personally pleaded with the rising star to remain at PSG. Mbappé, though, continues to provide the goods despite the tremendous amount of pressure that he's under both on and off the field. According to Domi, who was interviewed by CNN, his game is so fantastic, but the way he lifts the squad, this is what has struck me the most mentally. We are familiar with his abilities with his feet, but mentally he's maintaining that zone, serving as a leader, and continuously being important for the club. It's really quite stunning. Naturally, he has a gift, but in addition to that, he possesses a talent in his mind. The fact that he's able to control his nerves is an asset in this game. It's astonishing. He doesn't feel pressurized, he's been gifted. Qatar 2022 marked the end of what is arguably the greatest rivalry in the history of football, as it's the last time we'll see Ronaldo and Messi play each other at a World Cup. Mbappe still has likely over a decade left to play at the top level, but it also marks the end of arguably the greatest rivalry in football history. Now that this chapter is coming to an end, Mbappe has the opportunity to take the spotlight. Domi continued by saying that he believes Mbappe is already the finest player in the world. Mbappe will be the legacy of Messi and Ronaldo, Domi said. He doesn't have the vision of Messi, but Mbappe is the best player in the world when he's at his best. He has the ability to influence every aspect of the situation. More impressive than Zidane? Mbappe has tied Messi for the leading goals scored at the World Cup with his 5 goals scored in Qatar, taking his total to 9 goals scored in just 2 World Cup competitions. The only other Frenchman to score more goals in World Cup competition was Just Fontaine, who did so with all 13 of his attempts in 1958. According to Mavuba, Mbappe being on the verge of winning his second World Cup would have made him potentially the greatest French player in the history of the sport. I love Zinedine Zidane, but I think if he won 2 World Cups when he was only 23 years old, he'd be the finest. Zidane was a key member of the team that won the World Cup in '98, and that same year the midfield maestro also took home the Ballon d'Or. Mavuba is adamant that winning with the national team is more important than any individual accolades, despite the fact that Mbappe has not yet won his first Ballon d'Or. It's really tough to win the World Cup, he added. You see Messi, Ronaldo and Neymar not win one, but he believes that Mbappe has a potential to win 2 World Cups. It's more impressive to win 2 World Cups than it is to win 5 or 7 Ballon d'Or honours, as the saying goes. Mbappe has a tremendous potential to establish a claim to the title of world's finest player, as the only obstacle standing in his way is Messi's Argentina. Mbappe is currently the best player in France. Despite the fact that he's got a long way to go before he matches the legacies of Ronaldo and Messi, he has already, at such a young age, accomplished things that those other superstars have not been able to do thus far. What are your thoughts regarding Kylian Mbappe's recent performances? Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon with the next video. Thank you so much for watching.